Good Easter Monday, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and get airborne with our solo Amazon brief. Isn't that interesting? There is a such thing as Easter Monday. Most Christian nations around the world actually have an Easter Monday. We don't, which is really interesting. But happy Easter Monday. Hopefully everybody, man, I got crazy yoga hair. Hopefully everybody had a great weekend, Passover, Easter, whatever y'all celebrate. What did I watch? The Bible on the History Channel over the weekend, all sorts of stuff. Very fascinating to exactly try and have an Easter year. I love the way you say that. Did some research on Pontius Pilate. There are some religions where he's a saint, right? It's interesting the way the Bible and Christianity and kind of through time they've kind of dealt with that guy. But if you read kind of what happened to the guy, or he's like, I don't see anything wrong with this dude. It was the Jews, right? No, I mean, this isn't a religious attack. I'm looking at it from a historic perspective. He was there as the prefect, right, or the mayor, the governor, and the Jewish rabbis are like, he's not the king of the Jews, man. Kill this guy. And he's like, I got no problem with him. This ain't, So he left it up to the crowd, right? Well, we free this dude over here who's a killer, or this guy who talks about love, peace, and understanding. Free Barbarous. And he's like, did you ever know where that came from? You ever hear anybody go, yeah, well, I washed my hands of that. Pontius Pilate said, all right, I'm going to wash my hands of this because this guy's an innocent man. So it was interesting. I love watching historical stuff like that. Then I jump online and then I read about it. I'm like, wow. Because he ended up going back. He got called back to Rome under, what's his name? Because he put down some riot and didn't go too well. He got called back to headquarters. But on the way to headquarters, that dude died in Tiberias. Like a new Caesar came in, and I don't know if he ever went to trial or it just kind of died off in the transition of power, but it was interesting reading about Pontius Pilate and everything like that. But isn't it interesting? And a lot of people talk about Christmas, right? The holiest of days. I'm like, I can see that. I actually think Easter is kind of the holiest of days to me personally. A story of forgiveness. Of the ultimate forgiveness and resurrection. It's just really cool. Anyway, let's get airborne. Sorry about that. First of all, welcome aboard. We have like five or six new Lifetime members, man. And a bunch new hunters. Welcome. So welcome to the Lifetime, folks. You're going to have that was a great deal, was a great deal because it's closed. Got somebody who misunderstood the pricing, like it was 45% of 7,500. I'm like, oh my God, no, dude, no, 45% discount. And you're saving $7,500. I think the Lifetime membership was $7,500 in 2010. Okay. So welcome aboard to all the Lifetime folks. You're gonna have a blast. If you didn't get a chance to upgrade in hunters or do anything, we're here. You can always give us a call whenever you're ready. What an incredible weekend, though. It's just getting worse as the days go by. Kamala Harris went to Tennessee last week to visit the victims of the school shooting. No, she didn't. The vice president of the United States went to Tennessee to go meet with the lawmakers that were thrown out, democratically thrown out. Democracy worked. She went and met with those dudes and the lady. The vice president of the United States didn't go to meet the shooting victims of a Christian school massacre. She went to meet two people who were insurrectionists. Or no, they're not, Wiz. We're saying they're not insurrectionists. Oh, we get to define things. I'm going to let that sink in. 3 children murdered. 6 adults murdered. Joe Biden, nowhere. Kamala Harris, nowhere. No, Kamala Harris is coming to Tennessee, people. There's hope. Oh, no, she went to meet with the insurrectionists. You can't make it up. From Bud Light to Dillon. Did you see Tampax? Tampax for women. They now have a man. You can't. I think this. I think it's like satire, like it's a Saturday Night Live skit, and it's not. Tampax is now using a man who's I don't even want to know where this goes in this person. Every fucking day in this country, things get crazier. There you go, folks. Could you imagine being a woman? You fight for women's rights in this nation, you get them, and here comes dudes. Second-class citizens. Thankfully, I'm starting to see women start to freak out a little bit. Did you see the Riley Rain or whatever her name is, the swimmer? She went to San Francisco State, whatever, to give a speech. She was assaulted, and these trans protesters kidnapped her. They put her in a room and wanted money to release her. Did you see what the university said? Did you see who the university praised? Who did the university praise for the assault and for the for kidnapping her? The people that did the kidnapping and the assault. San Francisco State University responds to alleged assault. It's not an alleged assault. It's on video. This swimmer, this beautiful young woman trying to stand up for being a woman, gets assaulted. She's beat up on campus. You know who they arrested? Nobody. You know who's thrown in jail for assault? Nobody. You know who's thrown in jail for kidnapping? Nobody. And the university came out with a statement. There's the video. You want to watch all this? I'll give it to you. And it's amazing to me when I talk about this stuff. A lot of people are like, I didn't know that happened. Are you paying attention? They assault this woman, and the university praises the protesters. Again, folks, 6 people murdered, slaughtered in a Christian school. It's the transsexuals that are under attack. The people that are attacking are under attack. You want to see an attack? Folks that claim you're under attack, it's like the people who use the word insurrection. Stop using that word because you actually haven't seen one yet. And I'm not talking fiery and ho-ho. I'm talking no shit. Stop. There's a lot of dudes and ladies in this country who are just sitting here saying, please stop before it's too late. Nope. Department of Defense official testifies that the military must be a safe space. The United States military is supposed to be a safe space. I'm the guy that sits here and looks at Telegram and these Ukrainian and Russian, the videos of war make all quiet on the Western Front look tame. Our military will get destroyed in that type of fight. Corporal Johnson, assault that trench. No. What? It's not safe. First of all, I didn't like the tone that you ordered me to go do something in. Where's our diversity, equity, and inclusion officer? I want to file a complaint. We're fucked. Our military sucks. We have the best technology. This is who operates it. And the quantity of, did you see Taiwan after the president came over here? China, for the past 3 days, have been circling Taiwan in a military exercise. Amphibious ships, fighters, tankers, AWACS. Ukraine started as an exercise too. The Russians are like, no, we're just doing an exercise out here. Folks, it's over with. And it's getting worse. The New York Times, all the news that's fit to print, the gray lady, we are reporters, we are journalists, the Pentagon Papers. Intelligence leaks surrounding who blew up Most of the Russian-backed Nord Stream pipelines last September have provided more questions than answers. You ready for this? Get ready to fall out of your chair. It may be in no one's interest to reveal more. The New York fucking Times, investigative journalists, the Pentagon Papers, Watergate. Wow. This has raised more questions. Who committed this act of war? Maybe it's in no one's interest to reveal more. I thought this was satire. I know that they used to be anti-government, anti-establishment, anti-Pentagon, and speak truth to power. Now they are a mouthpiece of the FBI, the CIA, and the Democratic Party. That sentence, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of journalism. It's official. It's in no one's interest to reveal more because we did it. We committed an act of war against the Russian Federation. This ain't a Tom Clancy novel, folks. We blew it the fuck up. I told you when it happened, we did it. It's not like I don't know anybody in the Navy Special Warfare community on submarines who plant shit like this. Did you vote for Joe Biden to commit an act of war? Can you believe this, folks? The New York Times. Oh no, it raised a lot of questions who actually did this, but it's in nobody's interest to really know the truth. It's in no one's interest to know the truth. Who? What? There is only one truth. It's God, but truth on earth, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go, folks. Split emerges in NATO over offering Ukraine. So Finland joined NATO last week. So what's going on internally in Russia means we have to expand NATO all the way up to its front porch. What? Well, if you're going to do that shit, I need a little bit of a buffer here. I need a little bit of a speed bump. I'm going into Ukraine. Now we're coming in even more. Oh. Where the fuck are the adults in this conversation? Where are the adults? Escalate, escalate, escalate. Be shocked when a nuke is used. I did not see this coming, will say our leaders. Last year, Kamala. Well, Kamala said what last year? Well, Ukraine's a member of NATO, so I'm like, the woman can't be dumber. She could, but she's pretty baseline dumb. White House had to walk that back. Kamala Harris does not speak for the Vice President of the United States. Joe Biden talking to U.S. troops in Poland. So when you guys get in Ukraine, blah, blah, blah. He didn't say that. He just did. He didn't mean it. Joe Biden does not speak for the President of the United States. He speaks for Joe Biden. Oh, shucks, Joe. For the past week, top secret information has been all over the internet. Have you seen it? Details on Ukraine forces, U.S. forces, our sources inside Russia. You ready for this? I've read all this stuff. We know more about what's going on in the Russian general staff and in the Russian military than Ukraine. Did you read this stuff? So the Ukrainians know they can't trust us for shit and are keeping everything they're doing to themselves. Wait, hold on, Wiz. We've given them $100 billion in our equipment. We don't know. And no, they don't tell us anything. Oh. We actually have more clarity into the Russian staff and what's going on because of our sources than the Ukrainians. Did you read all of this stuff over the weekend? I did. And this will not shock anybody. The United States spies on its allies, right? We're not supposed to be doing that. We all wink, wink, nod, nod, nudge, nudge. Top secret. The DOD, the DOJ, everybody's going apeshit. We've done an immediate investigation. CIA. I mean, folks, this is bad. As they're getting ready to do a counterattack, obviously the Russians got a hold of this first, and you can see where they kind of fudge some shit. They're like, haha, look at it. But 99.9% of it is us and bad. It is an intelligence fiasco. This is one of those 1980s or 90s dirty FBI agents, like giving the Russians shit. This is bad. A lot of these were TOPS TS no foreign, means no foreigners, meaning only us can see this. This is bad. This is horrible. Let's go, Brandon. All right, so we talked about this last week. Apple moving stuff away from China, which is good. India, Vietnam, all that good stuff. When in doubt, run to Ma. And I wrote it last week. I wrote big M, big A, little a. Microsoft and Amazon is where you want to be. Little a, Apple. Maybe that little apple seed will grow into an apple tree, but right now you still got to be, I'm telling you, folks, watching the military exercises last week around Taiwan, they're not fucking around. It's like Indians around Custer, man. For the past week, and it's still going on. Did you watch 60 Minutes a couple weeks ago with, what's his name, Tonto or whatever the Commander-in-Chief Pacific is? Or Pac Fleet, whatever his title is. He's like, she said, great job by the reporter. She's like, I read some war game stuff. 2 carrier battle groups. I know for a fact it's 3. The actual, what they're telling people is like, yeah, it's going to be pretty ugly. Do you think they tell us the truth? Piece of shit Admiral John Kirby last week. I didn't see any chaos in that withdrawal from Afghanistan. But look, that's not chaos. These people are a disgrace. That man's disgusting. Kabul Kirby. Baghdad Bob, Kabul Kirby. Young kids getting sucked up into the wheel wells with their arms and legs flapping, their dead bodies flapping out of a C-17. That ain't chaos. Can you give me a press pass for a day to go sit in one of those press conferences? Is chaos this administration, killing 7 children looking for water? After 11 soldiers, 2 Marines, and a corpsman were killed in a bomb the bomber could have been taken out by a couple snipers that testified under oath that said, I can shoot this guy. I think he's got a bomb. But the commander said, I don't have that authority. That's not chaos. So a couple days after those people are dead and their families have been notified, you hit a car with 3 adults and 7 children in it. Is that not chaos? Or that was an orderly war crime? I'm telling you, folks, stay away from Apple. It's not a matter of if, but when. We will lose 3 carrier battle groups. I think we lose more. How do you think our crews are going to react? Their carrier gets hit with a hypersonic carrier-killing missile. Where's the safe space, Master Chief? Exactly, Eric. It's one of my favorite lines from No Country for Old Men. Great movie. Javier Bardem is creepy. It's a mess, ain't it, Sheriff? Well, if it ain't, it'll do until the mess gets here. So, Jobs last week, inflation's raging, rich people still demanding bailouts from us. Here we go. Let's buckle up, Buttercup. It is time for earnings season. Here we go. First quarter profits are projected to drop from a year earlier. Duh. $10 billion question. You ready for it? What's the $10 billion question? Did the market, which is a living, breathing thing of individual names, lower, or has, not did, has the market lowered the net enough or not? This is going to be an interesting one. I'm always early with this stuff. When anything bad's going on, I'm always like, I guess they didn't. So this is a bag of popcorn this time. If Amazon, Microsoft, Tesla, everybody, JP Morgan, Jamie Dimon and JP Morgan has had a shitty couple weeks. Have they lowered the net enough? Everybody's pretty damn certain. From a corporate earnings perspective, we're already in a recession. Wow. Okay. Companies have been fighting inflation, rising interest rates, bank failures. Although Wall Street has been trimming its earnings expectations, investors are looking to the next round for insight on how much more we have to go. And whether that makes stocks look pricey relative to their value. I think stocks are extremely overvalued right now. What? We've got to give some of this back. Let's go look at the S&P 500. Don't tell me we've given anything back, baby. We got here, ladies and gentlemen, and you got to select the new thing because it's stupid. Here, can I do another one, or you have to click select again? I would fire the people that did this. So I got to go select another horizontal one. Okay, you're fired. Ladies and gentlemen, clearly overvalued over here. This is a gap move. That is about half the gap. We are extremely overvalued. This is a market going through convulsions of, no, the Fed's not going to do that. Oh, shit, they are doing their job. No, he's not. We got bank failures. I wanked like a stuck pig because I need to get bailed out. I got another trip to the Hamptons this weekend. Somebody do something. So I personally, no, I don't. I professionally believe that we are way overvalued. It doesn't matter what I believe. I sound like Kathy in A Few Good Men. Doesn't matter what I believe. It's what I can prove. Earnings will be the proof. So I'm going to sit out a lot of earnings. We'll talk about Amazon in a second here. You gotta grab a cigar and sit here and watch this stuff and then rage in. And once we get our intel, look at this. The heavy weighting of such companies as make them particularly influential in the market. So I'm telling you, folks, it's been a year of Let's Go Brandon, sophomore year. Now we're in his junior year. He's just getting better with age. You guys know where I am. We are 2 months away from where I officially declared. I can always change those dates when I'm presented with new data. However, I'm still sticking with a June Fed pause. And them pausing, folks, it's a synonym. A pause out of the Fed is actually a pivot. Them taking a break from raising interest rates, you will see a rip your face off rally. Wiz, what if earnings and corporate and everything sucks? It doesn't matter. The market is not the economy, folks. Got to remind yourself that. A core question for investors is just how long customers can continue stomach aching higher prices as they pass the elevated cost on to us. ConAgra, stronger than expected earnings last week. Nike, disgusting company, reported a 14% jump in quarterly sales and raised its revenue target. Wow. Some investors said they have braced for weaker results based on the sharp drop in consensus estimates. If we all think it and we're saying it publicly, it reflects in the stock market, right? Here's the takeaway. Expectations heading into this quarter are what? Pretty low. If you do beat and you give a decent forecast, you have that potential for your stock to pop up in a short period of time. So, I got my May trades on, the May burner trade. When did we put that burner trade on? Just ask me. Right there. New call signs, Ricky Bobby. Let it ride. We'll talk tomorrow on the primary brief about that because we're in a solo Amazon. But we're coming back. However, out here, folks, Wiz is going to be a changin'. I will still feel bearish AF, but I won't be. Look at your instruments. Okay? This was pretty funny over the weekend. Meta, Facebook, asks many managers to get back to making things or leave. A flattening is taking place. I would have loved when I went into that firm in Chicago. It was awesome. It's funny because people either loved or hated me. If you had a job and you were doing your job, we were best friends. If you didn't, you hated me and we were enemies. I don't hate you and I'm not your enemy. But if you're not working, or you're not. Or you have these assigned responsibilities and you're not living up to them, you're gone. This isn't a charity. These tech companies, do you remember when Elon Musk took over Twitter? There was like a bunch of video, this one girl, like, here's a typical day at work at Twitter. And she walks in with her camera. It was insanity. It was foosball, the massage rooms. There's the meditation rooms. Oh, I'm getting a cappuccino. Look at our kitchen. They do fresh Asian food. Not one mention in this clip, you got to Google it, it's comical, about work. So this was just, I literally laughed out loud. I'm going to ask, could you imagine being this guy? First of all, he's obviously not wondering where his next paycheck's coming from, but I've worked with people who are filthy rich, billionaires, and they're so tight, they squeak when they walk. Well, maybe that's why I went to Chicago. But folks, this is the tech companies who, like in Amazon, let's go look at Amazon. We got locked up at home, folks, and this happened. And now this is happening. I love Amazon, folks, because we're back to where we started. Now we're back to zero. We're at a level set. I love Amazon at 100. It kissed where I said it would kiss, right? I said, it'll see 90 or 80 before it sees 150 to 200. It kissed like 83 one day. I'm like, I want to be right about that. But love, love, love Amazon. Jobless claims explode higher after BLS revisions last week. Tech layoffs on a 2001 pace. So all of this sounds bad, doesn't it? Holy shit, Wiz. Mark Zuckerberg saying if you're not doing something here, you're going to be fired. Duh. But folks, there's a lot of layoffs in the tech space, and Amazon and this and Microsoft and Google. That's bullish. Don't forget to be Gordon Gekko. That's fantastic news. That's awful news. There are people at homes and families and 401ks and healthcare. I don't care. You want a friend, get a dog. That's great for me as a shareholder. fire as many people as you can, optimize the people that are left, and it goes to the bottom line. I'm bullish. The only reason we're still up here right now, folks, after that banking crisis are who? As the Wall Street Journal article just said, Microsoft and Apple. Tech is keeping us up here. We just had a 2008 again, and we didn't because tech held firm. Oh, why did I have this up here? So if you thought Lori Lightfoot is a conservative Republican compared to the guy they just elected mayor in Chicago, why am I bringing this up? Did you see what he's going to do? He's going to levy the highest taxes on financial securities and the rich. Did you see the SIBO, the CME, and the CBOT? Get ready, ladies and gentlemen. They're going to add $1 or $2 tax per contract. This fucking guy is going to be solely responsible for Miami or Palm Beach becoming the options capital of the world. The CME group, Terry Duffy, who I know, he's been on the options cocktail. We've had drinks on the options cocktail. Good dude. Last time Lori Lightfoot tried to come after them, he's like, we'll leave. I don't need this shit. I love the Blackhawks. My kids go to school up here in Winnetka with all the other snooty rich people. But guess what? Eric, this will be the straw. This guy right here. This is how stupid these people are. He's attacking, just didn't even get sworn in yet. He's attacking all of the businesses who are like kind of scratching their head like, I just got mugged on the way into work. I might leave. Oh, you might? Well, here's a shitload of more city taxes. Wow. They're all going to leave. And Chicago will descend into a bigger shithole than it currently is. Again, as Wiz with a soul, that it's awful. The murders, the violence is horrible. Gordon Gekko, I don't give a shit. Enjoy. A wise man from Chicago who rose to be the president of the United States of this once great republic said what? Elections have consequences. Like that tech executive who got stabbed and dropped dead on the sidewalk in San Francisco who voted and gave money to all the liberal politicians who enabled criminals on the streets. Elections have consequences. All right, we got to get going on Amazon. Sorry, I went a little late. Yeah, I mean, let me ripple through these headlines. Ready? Bank failures, high inflation, rising rates. Is the resilient jobs market about to crack? It cracked. Stocks haven't looked this unattractive since 2008. I can't wait for the SIBO and the CBOT and the CME to move. I can't wait to have my buddies from Chicago down here to South Florida. I can't wait because it'll quadruple the price of this home. Thank you, Chicago. I left and you guys are coming to me? How stupid can you be to stay in Chicago? They will never learn, Rick. They will never learn the consequences. These people are so, exactly, Mark, I'll bet the real estate people are fleeing. The old firm I used to work at, let's just say our biggest competitor was Ken Griffin at Citadel. He left a year and a half ago. He owns one of the coolest, most beautiful buildings down the street in Brickell. I'm actually going down to the Benzinga conference tomorrow and Wednesday. I'll go. Miami's it, guys. South Florida's it. Florida is it. Did you see that Gavin Newsom was in Florida for the past couple of days, like attacking DeSantis? Even that guy can't even stand being in California. I just don't know how these people, they don't even have any shame. Your state is literally a shithole. Coming unglued, illegal immigrants, you're taxing. What's wrong with Florida? Don't California my Florida. Microsoft, Amazon, and Google. MAGA. Microsoft, Amazon, Google, Apple. Should all deliver solid cloud results. Cloud. We all know that years ago, AWS didn't even exist. Amazon Web Services. Now it is Microsoft and Google. And it's just one arm of Amazon. It's kind of like the Death Star with, yeah. Amazon reports on April 27th, happy birthday, Susie. Alphabet reports on April 25th, happy birthday, Matthew. Matthew's birthday is April 25th. Susie's 30th birthday was going home with Matthew from Balboa Naval Hospital. So this earnings season will be special. So cloud looks good for Amazon. I don't know about Prime. I don't know about just their normal regular business. It seems to be, based on the amount of Amazon boxes that show up on my doorstep, I think we're personally keeping it in business. All right, let's talk about our existing Iron Condor. Is everybody managing it appropriately? Give me a yes that you are. Last week we talked about this. The bull put spread, and I didn't because I wasn't in that portfolio, and I should have. But I told you so the Iron Condor currently, our pre-earnings Iron Condor, is up $1,200. I told you not to trade it as an Iron Condor, but I just wanted to bring it up to talk about the possibilities of stuff. Because when we put this on last week, it was last week, right? Yeah. It was last week. It was like kind of down here. And as Amazon went up last week, what did I tell you to do? I said this is why you shouldn't only be in solo Amazon, because in the weekly debrief on Thursday, what did I tell you? I said close the bull put spread or do what with it? Roll it up. And I haven't given a rolling up brief in probably 10 years at TOPGUN Options because I don't do it. But some people ask, so I did you could roll it up. And this is what the new bull put spread would be. Okay? Me, if you're asking why aren't you a roller upper, I'm a closer. Coffee is for closers. One of the best movies. It's the only movie I can, the Hunt for Red October and Glenn Ross, I can tolerate Baldwin. So, did you roll it up? Or are you hanging? You can hang. The point being is, as there's the current price of Amazon, as Amazon moves up or down in the Iron Condor, you should be taking profits on the opposite spread. Does everybody get this? Since we haven't done a full throttle in a while, I'm giving you a little bit of an Iron Condor management brief. Treat it as individual spreads. When we were up, where were we up to last week? Like Amazon, I gave people a heads up in the Hunters and the Max Afterburn. I said, hey, keep an eye on those short calls. Close them. Close the short calls because you don't want to wake up with short shares in your account. So we got up to as high as 104. 104 last week. Okay. How many of you ejected out of the bear call spread? Anybody? Okay. If you did, I wouldn't have. But if you did, get back into it. The point of okay, Thomas. The point, ladies and gentlemen, I briefed this, or I'll do a better job, or I'll brief it right now. The point of an Iron Condor is between now and expiration, and no, I did brief this. I said, I fully expect Amazon to be all over the place. As it's doing that, close the profitable spreads. Okay. I would not have ejected out of the Iron Condor and Amazon last week. I'm sorry, the bear call spread. Why? Because I called it. I said we are going to pause and hover. I said we ain't going to implode. we're probably going to pause and hover. We've done that each time. Rip your face off rally, pause, hover. This was a bunch of pauses and hovers in here. But this, I think I did this. I copied and pasted it right there. And they're getting smaller. And Leon's getting larger. Airplane, great movie. Look, rip your face off rally, long. Rip your face off rally, medium. Rip your face off rally, short. Anybody seeing a trend here? I do. So I saw this, that Amazon and the market was not going to keep doing that. That's me. That's what I saw. But if it hit your SOP like, hey, man, I'm out, then good. You were good. You were a disciplined trader. You said, hey, man, it's my SOP says this. Then you deserve an attaboy or an attagirl or an atta-it for being disciplined. Panthers game tonight, they got to win. There's only 2 home games left. Tonight and Thursday, they got to win one of them to get a wild card slot. Great hockey going on, man. End of season stuff. Dave, I know you see that. It is an awesome Head and Shoulders. I mean, it doesn't get any more Head and Shoulders than this. You're right. A little bit more. 6 months, maybe. Well, that's, yeah, there you go. So we're topped out, in my opinion, and we're heading back down. We're not going to slam, I don't think. I think we're going to, right? Well, I just said it. I said pause and then hover. We're hovering right now. If we get an event this week that's not good, we might not get a hover. It'll be a fall. I think Tuesday. Ooh, wow! The ISMs were not good. All right, Tuesday, Jolts, Factory, the Investors Business Daily, Economic Optimism. I'm not seeing anything yet. ADP. Oh, that's last week. What am I doing? I'm like, wait a minute. What a moron. I'm like, I think I've seen these numbers. It's like in Back to the Future, going back with like who's won all the sports games. Googlesby. Oh, man. Tomorrow there's a bunch of Fed lieutenants, a limousine liberal Fed member, and then Kashkari, the California dude. He was a Goldman Sachs guy. Oh, here's a big one, folks. It's tomorrow. I forgot about this. Tomorrow, folks, we get in Wednesday. Wednesday, we get inflation numbers. Whoa. And the Fed minutes. And more. Oh my God. It's CPI and PPI week. Ooh, okay. All right. Now we got something. And then Friday, look at this. Retail sales, consumer sentiment, and inflation expectations. Wow, this is a big week, folks. We're on the cusp of earnings, and we get inflation and Fed this week. Whoa. So I am going to say this. We are either going to come back to the 50 or we'll pop higher on good inflation data. I don't think that's the case, but I'm going to brief you on it. I think the market's feeling what's a-coming. Folks, you guys know as well as I do, this artery system down here of the 50, 200, and 100-day moving average is a magnet. We were not going to keep doing this, trust me. You got it, Bob. I love looking down there too. This is getting close to a cross, and if those things come and kiss, it'll be a kiss for doom. So, does anybody need any tweaking on your Amazon Iron Condor? I'm holding what I got, but we talked last week about managing it. You fly and fight your own airplane. I got to hold what you got. So let's at least our synthetic stock is still sitting down here. I have a couple of these on. I have one in the primary, I think, or AR, and one in the solo brief. So let's go ahead and at least get some Amazon I think we might do a bear call spread too. I'm feeling a rollover. What's our at the money straddle? I almost feel a weekly iron condor, man, because we're getting a little bounce here off. We could have sniped a little bit here in the middle. Getting a little bit of a run right now with SPX. But it's probably a $3-ish at the money straddle for Friday. Let's go take a look. 330. So maybe the 103. Let's look at a bear call spread, a weekly bear call spread, the 103, 104, 75, 75. I like this. Now, watch what I'm about to do. Sit up straight. I'm going to do 80. What? I'm going to sell 80 of Friday's 103 calls. That's me saying Amazon ain't above 103 by Friday. I'm going to buy 75 of the 104s. Why am I doing this? Who's going to get a gold star? Oh my God, Wiz, you're insane. Why am I not insane? Who's going to get a gold star? Let me grab a screenshot of this. Thank you, Thomas. There you go, guys. Amazon 410. If you didn't get that, let me grab my screenshot. You got it, Eli. You got it. Awesome. Awesome. Learning has occurred. Edumacation. Amazon 410 metric. All right. So I don't have to take a bunch of extra screenshots and shit like that. So if you're a little lost right now, don't be. I currently have on synthetic stock. This synthetic stock position is out to January of 2025. So I want to sell 5 of the 103 calls against it. But I also want to do a bear call spread, the 103, 104. So I just added the 5 calls. The extra 5 in here are against the synthetic stock. So great answer, everybody. If you didn't get that, you got it now. You got it, Rick. It's all combined. Yes, sir. That's exactly how I name it. There's 5 in here that go to that. And then the 75-75 is its own bear call spread. So when I get filled on this bear call spread, I'm going to hit grouping. You know, I can do this on the E-Trade platform. I hit grouping, and I'm going to pull those 5 calls out. Okay? Does everybody understand that? Listen to me. If you do not, sit up straight. If you do not have the synthetic stock on, you can't do this trade. You can't do that. Why? Because it actually is an infinite risk. Those 5 calls would be naked, and E-Trade is going to laugh at you. Son of a bitch. This account has, I can't, all right, so I want to do this. Let me just get this to you guys, the hunters. So I am doing this trade. I might actually do this in my personal account too. Let me get this to the lifetime and the hunters first, obviously, before I move to go Amazon. New SYN stock short calls coupled with weekly bear call spread. There you go. So I'll grab that. Copy. And then over in the hunters, and then obviously I'll send this out via text and email to the solo Amazon members as well. Okay. Let me sign it. Why is it? Can I get at least the 5 here? The short calls? Let me try and at least just sell my short calls here. Sell 5 of the 103. It's weird that it would. Yeah. Let me try it as two separate spreads. Yeah, it's so stupid. All right, so I got filled on the short calls, so I'll go over here and group them together. But I'll go put the bear call spread on. You know what? I'll go put the bear call spread on in the weekly options portfolio. That's what I'm going to do. All right, well, something's going on here. All right, so there you go. So on my screen right now in the solo Amazon portfolio, we have a synthetic stock and an iron condor. Okay, cool. It went through on Schwab. Let me go to weekly. Weekly options is account number 4700. Let me just do this while you're sitting here. How about the death of the dollar, man? I don't know when it'll be. It might be tomorrow. It might be 5 years from now, and it'll be in my lifetime. The United States dollar. First of all, it ain't worth the paper it's printed on, but it's over with. Saudi Arabia, all these guys. I'm going to do 26 cents. Let's talk about the bad right now. Double the credit you take in. 50 cents. I want 25 cents. Pigs get slaughtered. I don't want all 25 cents. You know what I'm getting at. Simply double the credit you take in. 52 cents would be my maybe eject point. Okay? I might add this. What is wrong with these freaking accounts? Don't make me have to zero these things out. That really is awful because then I lose all my performance. Good. All right. Can't stand this. I feel like I'm back in Chicago, man. Somebody needs to be in my office in about 5 minutes. All right, let me try this again. Options. Amazon. $103, $104. 75. Friday. 27 cents? I'll take 27. All right, yay. Filled. Woohoo. All right, guys. Let me see if anything else is going on in my group, my masterminds. Quiet Easter Monday. Yeah, that's funny. No, good. Anything else, guys? I'm good. Solo Amazon. Should be about a half an hour. Went long. But interesting stuff going on in the world. I will send out a text and email alert right now for you solo members who aren't in the Hunters or in the Max Afterburner. Like I said, welcome aboard to all the new folks. We have a new Aussie too. So Graham, you got another Aussie joining you. So that's pretty cool too. So, all right, guys, I'll see you tomorrow. The primary live trade brief, 10 a.m. on Tuesday. I think I might be coming to you from the Benzinga Cannabis Conference down in Miami. We'll play it out. So, all right, guys, have a great rest of your day. Happy hunting. Make sure you hedge. God bless. Fights on. And namaste. Basi. I'll see you tomorrow. Basi means truth.